it's me, Renee. I'm back. And I'm back in my normal shooting place, in my own apartment. Yeah, I was away for like a month because of issues. So now I'm back. And yeah, quite happy being back. Nice. And yeah, as you can see, this is a tag. It's it's an original tag. There's already a tag similar to this, well, based on the same thing. But I kind of want to do something similar, but I kind of want to do a bit more, go a bit further. So I decided to do one as well. And I'm not sure what I'm going to call it. You know, I'm calling it when I'm call it. I'm thinking it's going to be the Legends of Tomorrow. Uh, the Legends of Tomorrow Seasons book tag. Or I suppose I could just do 2.0 because of course the first one is Legends of Tomorrow book tag, so can't call it that. It has to be something more. Still not sure about the name. But yeah, anyway, let's get to the books because yeah, I decided to do a little book tag on that because sadly it was cancelled a few weeks ago. People are still trying to get it saved somehow. I suppose even if it doesn't get saved, I mean, you still have the Flash where you can wrap up some stuff, but honestly, wrapping up a whole TV series in another TV series, I suppose it can go if it can work if it's like a sitcom or something, but if it's like Legends of Tomorrow where you have like a whole universe of things to talk about and stuff, it doesn't really work. And also, we just met Booster Gold. I want to see more of him. And yeah, I mean, yeah. So I'm very much hoping that even if maybe we don't get a whole season, but maybe we get like 5 episodes, or maybe like two movie split on 2 hours, or like two small movies. That could be something. But kind of yes, I do really want it wrapped up. So like if it gets wrapped up in a flash, good. But I would prefer it to get like a wrapped up in its own thing in its own way. I mean, the ideal thing would be to get for it to get like a 10 episode season. That would be very fun to like have the whole original thing because I mean, originally if it wasn't cancelled, it would probably get 10 episodes. I'm thinking I have an idea that if it wasn't cancelled this year, next season might pretty well be the last season. But like, still, I would love to like have 10 more episodes. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but yeah. It looks like it won't go on Netflix no matter what happens. They aren't interested, which is sad. Netflix is where I watch it, but like in the US, you watch different stuff. Well, I suppose it's also in Netflix in the US. Or is it? I don't know. And supposedly Netflix doesn't want it because of some HBO Max reason, and like CV is being Warner Brothers or CV is being sold and stuff. So there's all lots of things up in the air. But yeah, I still have hopes. And anyway, I mean, even if it does stay cancelled, I don't know. As I said before, I really like making videos and obviously on my channel, but like making tags because I feel like making tags is a way for me to show my love for something. It's like it's a way to like yeah. I suppose I could just do a video where I talk gush about something, but making a tag about something like it's lots of people. Some people say like tags. That's so 2015. I suppose for the like big general audience, yeah, but there's a lot of still really like tags. And like me, sometimes I kind of if I see a tag and I haven't heard of like what is the tag based around or haven't heard of the tag creator, but I'll still look it out. I'll still check it out. And like if it's based on a movie or something that I haven't heard of, I might afterwards check out the movie. And that's kind of why I'm kind of thinking that I make tags of stuff that I really enjoy. And I suppose yeah, some of the things that I've made tags about. I made a Black Adder tag. It's not like Black Adder is a little unknown thing entity, but still, I mean, yeah, it's a way of showing my love for something and sharing my joy for something. My joy, yeah, you get it. So yeah, I decided what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna I've went through all the characters in that's been to all the characters. Like the main characters that's been more or less main that's been in on the wawerider. I've done a prompt for all of them. So this is gonna be a little long one, even with this 5 minute introduction. So yeah, I kind of also like a small asterisk. I kind of want to do the other Legends book tag. I saw it 9 months ago, haven't done it yet, but I kind of also want to do that one. But yeah, I want to do my own here. So yeah, if you love or enjoy Legends of Tomorrow, sit back and watch this video, or if you just want to just love book tags in general, or really like me and my face, you can enjoy this video. And yeah, let's start. So first we have Firestorm. Oh, Firestorm is two characters, but Firestorm and Stein, which is the older, what's the word again? The older character. Forgetting the word for character. Yeah, the older character in that duo. He's an old scientist. He's very, he's arrogant, but he's also pretty smart. So with this prompt, I'm going for an older, wiser character. It can be an older, wiser scientist, but yeah, character also works. Here I'm going to go with the grandma in this in this series. I am completely forgetting her name, but she has a name, and you know what? I'm gonna check it out. Give me a moment. Find a name, but I'm gonna link it down below when I film this when I post up. But yeah, I have a lot of books to go through, so I probably should have fixed things before, but yeah, I'm just gonna move on and just hope that you know that even though I can't remember the name at the moment, doesn't mean I don't like the character. I want to move on to the next prompt. And then the next prompt is Adam, and here I'm gonna go with a male fanboy. So Adam is Ray, and he's just so enthusiastic about more or less everything. Like if he meets one of his idols, or like if it's something he's excited about, he's just so excited. He's full of joy, and he's also like kind of full of joy for life in general, I would say. And I think kind of fanboys or fangirls often really enjoy life in general, have like a positive look at life, which Ray really does. So yeah, here I'm gonna go with, I'm just gonna check out first. Give me a moment. I'm back. Yeah, so I found the name. It's Rudy from this Arusha series. He's a prince. He's a Naga prince. So he lives in this Indian mythology world, but he's not a human. So he's like very fanboy about humans and the human world. Like he doesn't know about, and he's also rich, so he doesn't know about superstores or like ordinary things or human things. So yeah, he's quite fun and lovely that way. He's a bit arrogant now and then, but yeah, I would say he's a fanboy for humans in a way. I would say so. Yeah, honestly, this plot's a bit difficult. Like finding a fanboy. Fanboys, you have them now and then in TV and movies, but often in books. Well, you have some of them, but like the fanboy in the one that I want them to, like Ray, will like fanboys in a ray of sunshine. Like he's called Ray, but like, he's like a ray of sunshine. So he's not an introvert fanboy. He's like an out there fanboy. So that's kind of what I want with this prompt. And yeah, let's move on. A bit long for so short in, but yeah. Then we have Rip Hunter. So Rip Hunter, he was the one who started it all. He got the legends together in the first season. So with this, I'm gonna simply ask you to name an experienced traveler. So with this one, I'm gonna just say anyone from this series because okay, so this is the last in the series. On the cover, you see Percy or Percival, but he travels along with his sister, his friends, and they all in this book they travel to Egypt. Am I mistaken? Sorry, Japan. Japan, but they've already traveled to South America, to France, yeah, to lots of places. So they've been quite traveled by this point in this book. Been quite traveled. They've quite well traveled by this point. Also, check out this series. Amazing. Of course, all the books I'm going to talk about are amazing books. Why else would I mention them? Unless it was an unpopular opinion book tag, it's not. So, yeah, check them out if you want. And then it's The White Canary. So, here I want to talk about an anti hero. Six of Crows. Because they're they're not heroes, but they're not villains. They're definitely anti-heroes. They're a gang of thieves, and they do get their hands dirty now and then. So yeah, definitely a gang of anti-heroes. And then the next prompt is Firestorm or Jax, so the other part of Firestorm. And here I'm gonna ask you to name a hot-blooded young, a hothead. So a person with that often kind of gets angry or kind of, yeah, has a hothead that kind of goes from 0 to 100 fast. Okay, Walt, I'm gonna say this one, though it's been a while since I read it. I do kind of believe, I think she was slightly a hothead, Cassie Hobbs. This is actually first in the series. I haven't finished this series. I do want to. It's a YA thriller, think kind of criminal minds, but for YA teens. YA teens. And yep. And then we have hawkgirl, a fish out of water. So hawkgirl is just in the first season, but yeah, and she's very much still learning her powers, learning about her past, about her being a reincarnated, and she's still not like quite comfortable with that, and yeah, just a fish out of water. So here I'm gonna go with one last stop, and it's being, well, I suppose in a way it could be both August and Jane, because August is a fish out of water in New York. She's new to New York. Well, yeah, she's kind of new to New York. But then you have Jane, who's a fish out of water, like in a way that she's not supposed to be where she is. I suppose I don't really have to spoil it because it's in the plot more or less. But yeah, she's stuck in a time loop. Not in a time loop. She's stuck in a time thingy. So yeah, that's definitely fish out of water. So there's some things she doesn't understand, and yeah. Sorry. And next prompt is Hawkman. So Hawkman was a character in the first season. He was in very few episodes. He was also the partner of Hawkgirl, and I was supposed to say, like, can I say it or not, but it's an old episode now. He died in like the second episode, and then got reincarnated, but he wasn't in a lot of episodes. But his death meant a lot to the characters and what happened with them after, like, his death made them think, made them a team. So here I'm going to ask you to name a character that died early on, but that was important for the plot. So of course there will be spoilers here, though I suppose it depends on how old your book is. Like, if a book, I want to say at least if your book is 5 years old, you can't go and say spoiler, because then it's been 5 years. Then you have ample time to read it. But I mean, it's supposed, like, just for the nature of you telling about what the prompt is about, people can just turn off or look away from this part. But I'm gonna go with Vampire Academy Frostbite, and yeah, it's Mason. I understand why he died, but it still hurts every time I reread it. But yeah, I mean, him dying was very kind of, I would say, important for the story, and I don't really think, in a way, it would have worked with him not dying. I suppose you could have had someone else die, but yeah, I think like him dying is kind of essential to the whole story in a way. So kind of it moves a lot of things forward, and yeah. So I'm gonna leave it at that. And then we have blah 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 blah. Gideon, a smart non-human character. Which making this prompt, I'm kind of think making this tag kind of made me think like, oh, fun. And I kind of went around to find books for it, like, oh, a lot of these are quite easy to do, I would say, if you're talking about TV or movies, but some of these aren't that easy in books, or at least in my books. But anyway, I'm gonna go with Lord Akladama. So he's in this whole series, House of Predator, but he's also in the rest of the universe. He's in the Finishing School series, and he's also in the Castle Protocol series. And yeah, he's been around for quite a while. He's an old vampire. So yeah, he knows a lot. He has his hands in a lot of things, and yeah, he knows a lot. And vampire, so definitely not human. Then the next prompt is Captain Cold, a smart thief. Now, this was a bit difficult. Again, like, I don't really read that many books with thieves in them, I feel like. I suppose maybe I do, but like I just get blanking brain when I think about it. I don't know. But I'm gonna go with Daisy Wells from the Wells and Wrong series, because even though she's a protagonist, but she just steal things sometimes. But like if she needs stuff, she with things like I need it more than you need it, so I'm gonna steal that cake, or I'm gonna steal that evidence. Like yeah, she steals stuff now and then for the greater good. But yeah, and I would say yeah, she's quite a good thief in that way. Lonely, yeah, I would say people notice her, but people underestimate her because it's set in 1930s. She's a female, so people just kind of don't I don't expect her to be doing what she does. So yeah, but yeah, that makes her quite a good thief, really. And then the next prompt is oh, sorry, I missed I skipped a prompt. So heat wave, a person who communicates in grunts. Oh yeah. So I have this prompt. Honestly, I couldn't find a book with this. Like, I would say there's quite a lot of them in TV series or movies now and then. Like, I suppose, in a way, not just that, but like Gibbs, he communicates sometimes in just a few words, or like sometimes in grunts. But in books, like, I couldn't really find any for that. So yeah, but it's there. So if you have it, you can. If you know a good book for this, you can use it, but I'm gonna skip it. But as I did earlier, so works. But yeah, now we have Vixen, a character out of time, which I'm kind of liking because I feel like I had this for that one, and then oh yeah, yeah. I'm kind of forgetting my system, and yeah, I'm not that in control. But yeah, I'm gonna go with yeah. And also, a character out of time here, you can do like a character that's kind of frozen in time, like Captain America was. Like that's supposed to be for another time, and that he exists in today's world. Or you can have someone who time travels to the past, future, what have you. Someone who's out of time, out of their own time. So I'm gonna go with Contingency by Peggy Martinez. So it's the first in the series, and I read this when I was 17, I would say. Yeah, 17. I loved it so much. It's an amazing time travel series. At this point in time, it's 3 books, but there's coming out a 4th one. Or are there 4 books coming out this one? Anyway, okay, so there's another one coming on the way. There's been a huge gap in the beginning of the series and the end of the series, but yeah. So in this one, Peggy, she time travels through a used bookstore, like kind of accidentally, as you do. She ends up in the 1800s in a world with vampires, werewolves, but it's still in New York, I want to say. No, sorry, it's South Carolina. So she moves time and space. But yeah, she's definitely out of time, and yeah, definitely a book that people don't really know about, or yeah, have heard about. I'm thinking it is. I mean, it's what's it called again? Well, originally it was indie published, but then it was published again under different covers. But yeah, this is the original cover. But yeah, highly recommend it. Check it out if you want a unknown but fun time travel series. check it out. Though, yeah, book 3 kind of goes like away, like out of like it's kind of goes from being happy-go-lucky conflict, but then like suddenly everything's up in the air and there's a lot of things happening and kind of dystopia-ish. So just be warned. But the first 2 books are just kind of happy-go-lucky. Well, happy-go-lucky-ish, like the kind of escapism, pure escapism. At least for me, I don't really feel like dystopia is that escapism. I just kind of feel like it's kind of sad and depressing. Like I don't really lean toward dystopian books, so yeah. And then we have Charlie, a shapeshifter. So here I'm gonna go with. Give me a moment. Where's the wait. Then we have Prue from the Custard Protocol series, or Prudence. So she's a shapeshifter in a way that whenever she touches someone, she becomes what they are. So like if she touches a vampire, she becomes a vampire for like I think it's like a minute or two, so it's not a long time. Well, I suppose like if you touch them for a long time, you can as long as she touches them. But yeah, if she just touches them and then doesn't, it's just a short time. Technically, she's blah 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 blah. Shouldn't it say on the front? It does not say. Well, it's annoying. So technically, she is because I want to have it right because she's a shapeshifter, yeah, but she's also okay. I'm gonna because there's an own name for it here, and I want to blah 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 blah. Okay, so it doesn't really mention it here in the beginning, but yeah, technically, I think it's a para. Yeah, it's a technical term that's for this world. But yeah, it is a shapeshifter, more or less. Like it's a shapeshifter, but just in other words. And yeah, also amazing series. Check it out. And then the next prompt is. Give me a little moment. Is Steel. So Nick Steele. Nick? Yeah, Nick Steele. Like what's that his name? But yeah, it is. I suppose I could ask for historians or other stuff, but I decided to go with a character that's unlucky in love. And yeah, he has had some unlucky in love. Like in the beginning, he loved someone who loved someone else who was out of a different time, and then yeah, it hasn't been easy for Nick. Really, it hasn't. So here I'm gonna go with where is that book? Okay, a moment. Yeah, I'm back. So I'm gonna go with a character in this series. Though, yeah, I'm not gonna say who it is. Well, I suppose it has ended, but it wasn't that long since it ended. So I'm just gonna say one of the characters in the series. He's quite lovely, but he is unlucky. Though I suppose we don't know to what extent. I don't really know what happened to him before the events of the series. Like with Nick, he's had a lot of unluck in love. But yeah, this character also has some unluck in love, at least. And then next prompt is Sarah Tomazi. And here I wanted you to mention IT genius. So here I'm gonna go with blah 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 blah. I'm just gonna now I really want the name of it. I know sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Sammy, he's her friend, he's Margot friends in this series. and he's quite an IT genius. Margot herself, she's not an IT genius, but she's kind of more genius. She makes plans. She's kind of more street savvy, but she has the help of Sammy to do the technological technological things. And yeah, check out this book if you're interested in a contemporary Veronica Mars is story. And then we have Kid Flash, someone who's looking for a purpose. So this is on a bit cheating, but I'm gonna go with this one, David Mitchell. He's not looking for a purpose. I mean, he has a job and all that, but he's a comedian. He talks about the world. And he kind of often like looks at the world like, why is the world like this, and what's happening with this? Like he's famous for his rants and his looks at the world. So I suppose he kind of looks at like he's not looking for purpose in his world, but he's looking for purpose in the world. Like, why are things the way they are? And okay, so I haven't read this book of him yet, but I want to. And like him in general, yeah, that's kind of what the yeah. So I suppose this answer is more a person than a thing in the book. But yeah, I'm allowed to cheat. I mean, the legends did sometimes cheat. So I mean, I suppose yeah, this tag you can cheat now and then if you want, because that's what legends did. I suppose you can cheat for all their tags. I mean, there's no booktube police, but yeah. And then Ava Sharp, a person who loves plants and lists. What this one? Give me a moment. So I'm again gonna go with Harriet Manners. Well, Gecko from this universe, but not the same character. So this time it's Harriet Manners. She loves a list. She's always making lists. Plants, she just like plants as well. So yeah, Harriet Manners works for this one. Did you notice that I forgot about this prompt earlier? Like finding it? Maybe you did. Yeah. Then we have blah 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 blah. Constantine, someone who's been around for a while. And now I'm gonna go with Abe from this universe. So he's not in the Vampire Academy in this book, but he's in this universe and then in the series. And yeah, he's been around the block. He knows a lot of stuff. He's seen a lot of stuff. So Abe from this universe. And then we have Gwen Davis, a shy religious scientist. So I have this prompt, but I couldn't find an answer for it myself, so I'm gonna skip it. But if you know someone, please use it. And then we have Nora Dark, a person with a childhood baggage. Now with this one, I'm gonna go with Bitter Blue from Winter Creep. She also has her own book, but yeah, she's also prevalent in this book. And yeah, okay, so Bitter Blue came out like 10, 11 years ago now, so I can spoil it by saying that her dad did torture her and torture people around her and torture her mom. So yeah, she was quite. She didn't have the easiest baggage. And then when her dad died at 12, she had to quickly learn to become a ruler because her mom also died. So yeah, she had quite the childhood baggage, quite how it has it, but still a great character. And then we have Mona Wu, a book lover, and here I'm gonna go with Veronica Speedwell from the Veronica Speedwell series. She loves fiction and non-fiction and loves books. She loves to read. She loves to learn. She loves the world, I would say. So yeah, but she definitely loves books. And then we have Asta Logue, a magician. Now this was a bit difficult because yeah, I love like magic and stuff, but like a lot of the books I read either have vampires in them or there's time travel, but not all of them have like magicians in them. But I end up going with Skullduggery Pleasant. This one has, after a while, Valkyrie Kane. She's becomes a bit of a magician. There's also other magicians in this series. You also have Yeah, I'm blanking out all the names. China Soros is quite a magician. So yeah, this world full of magicians. So yep. And then we have Gary Green, a fun sidekick. So this one was also a bit difficult because a lot of the books I have often like they have like a cast of characters, or there's a sidekick, but he's not fun in the way I'm thinking about, or yeah, like thinking of Gary Green way. But I ended up going with Ruby Red because this one actually it actually has several sidekicks. I suppose in a way you could call her best friend a sidekick because she's there in every book, but she doesn't really have her own plot. Gary has his own plot now, and I'm like, yeah, he's a sidekick. But you also have the ghosts, which yeah, Gwen sees ghost and other people can't, so they're in a way her sidekicks. And then she also has this ghost that's kind of her best friend also, a ghost from the 1600, and yeah, he's kind of prevalent in all there often. So yeah, that's kind of series of sidekicks, but yeah, cheat a bit. Ha ha ha. Don't care what you think about it. And then the next prompt is Behrad Sarashi, a relaxed person. So Behrad, he's just so relaxed. He doesn't really think about being strict or following plans. He just kind of goes with the flow. So we am gonna go with blah 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 blah. Phoebe from Love Is for Losers. I suppose she's a bit more. She's not relaxed. Relaxed. I mean, she goes to school. She has to do exams and stuff. But she's a procrastinator, and she's not like a planner. So I would say, yeah, she's pretty relaxed in a way. She's pretty relaxed in some ways. And then last but not least, Spooner, a wacky but fun character with a heart of gold. Here I'm gonna go with Squirrel Girl comic, yeah. But yeah, Squirrel Girl, she's quite out there and a bit crazy at times, but she has a heart of gold and a heart in the right place. And yeah, so that's my Legends of Tomorrow book tag. I hope you enjoyed it. It was long. Yeah, I kind of warned you it was probably gonna be long. But I also kind of want to say, like, if they do end up doing a season 8, yeah, season 8, season 7. What's next season? No, I think it's season 8. Yeah, if it end up doing a new season or like a wrap up movie, I kind of would like them to meet Oscar Wilde. I mean, they've done a lot of stuff. They've made a lot of historical characters, which I really loved. Like, that's part of the aspects I really loved about the series, but also loved like the new settings every season, and the new fun villains, and how it was just so wacky and out there. But yeah, if I want to say something I really want, I kind of want them to meet Oscar Wilde. I think that would be very fun. And yeah, that's kind of it. I hope you liked this tag. If it's fun if you wanted to do it. It's a long one, yeah. And you're allowed to cheat, as I said. And yeah, hopefully Legends gets some justice somehow. Maybe they end up giving a comic book for a season 2. That'd be fun. Could happen. Or if they get, I suppose they could get a scene or two in The Flash. Maybe they get, yeah, they could do something with that. I would love to like see more of Booster Gold, and like if they do end up like wrapping up stuff up, I probably think they won't really like give Booster Gold the storyline. They just give him a line or two about him. So yeah, and yeah, that's it for today. And yeah, as I said, there's already a book tag about Legends. I'm gonna link it down below. That's by Bookish Whisperer, Bookish Dreams, and yeah, bye.